This is a video response to Kizzume. You did this video here on metal, just a rant about metal, and I found what you were saying to be very similar to a lot of things that I feel about music, let's say the last 10 years or so. Metal music, I'm a big metal fan, people that know me know that I like metal. I like a lot of music, but I can totally understand exactly what you're saying with the scene, the people, the sound. It's very angry, and it does tend to all sound the same. They sort of blend into each other. And don't get me wrong, I listen to what I listen to, my little niche. I am no way on top of the world of metal. I hear what I hear, and I like what I like, and there's probably lots of music that's passing me by that I have no idea about and maybe never will. But I suppose that's the same for everybody. But I have found, in the last while, I buy a lot of music, I download music, whatever, I get music, I still buy CDs. I'm actually somebody that actually goes out and buys actual CDs, like I bought this band called Nevermore, which actually they're a really good band. I actually bought the CD. I could have just downloaded it, but I actually bought it. So look, with music and having it all sound the same, I find, as you said, it's angry. It seems like they're singing about the same things. A lot of it's very dark and fast, and just doesn't seem to have the same sort of hooks, I guess, that when I was growing up, I heard something cool, I was like, oh, gotta get that. And back then we didn't have the internet, so there was no way of just like plugging in a machine and listening to it. We had to basically go down to the music store and sift through the LPs and stuff until we found what we were looking for. Well, this is the days even before CDs. I'm talking in the early 80s and stuff. And in some ways, I think music scene was, I wouldn't say more healthy, but it was simply a lot more fresh, because bands, in order to get heard, they needed something. Not necessarily I'm saying they had to be commercial, but they needed something, some sort of edge, because otherwise they wouldn't get played on MTV or Much Music or wherever you're from. I, being from Canada, we didn't have MTV. We had Much Music, which I thought was better. When I actually got a chance to actually watch MTV, I realized, yeah, Much Music was heaps better. Now MTV doesn't even play music anymore. It's just all about TV shows. And the music that they do play is somehow hooked to some other TV show. The occasional show like Headbangers Ball or something, like once a week. But it seems like music now is just another form of media designed to sell a product. And sometimes it's not even the product that they're selling, the music. It's something else. So I don't know. But we're definitely a consumer society. One band that I really like, unfortunately, they've sort of slowed down in later years. You were talking about, progressive rock, progressive metal, stuff like that, and how you get a lot of that, that wankerism, like how fast I can play and how technical I can play and stuff like that. Yes, I've listened to all that, and I'm a guitar player myself, and some of it I really appreciate, I like, but other stuff I find is just like, I don't know, it's just like, masturbation. How fast can you go? It's ridiculous. There's a band, and they're called Threshold. Okay, they're from the UK, and I really, really like them. They have a couple albums. Subsurface is a fantastic album from them. I think that came out in 2003 or 2004, something like that. And then I think it was Critical Mass, I think, is the name of the album that followed that, which I really liked. It's just a fantastic album, and the music. If you can find the song Pilot in the Sky of Dreams, there's a video on YouTube, the actual video for the song. There's a full version, and then there's like a truncated version that they for radio purposes and stuff, because the song I think is like 7.5 minutes. But if you watch the full version, the actual video is only for 3.5 minutes or something, because they couldn't do it, for logistic reasons. But yeah, I'm just looking up. Yeah, the actual album is called Dead Reckoning, yeah, it's got a couple singles on it, but Pilot in the Sky of Dreams, fantastic band. I think you'll really like them. They have been around for since the 90s, early 90s, I think. And yeah, just check them out. They're classified as prog metal, I guess, but they're not wankers about it. They're just ordinary guys, but they can play really, really well. So check that out. As far as local scene, look, your local scene and versus my local scene are completely different, obviously. Mine being Melbourne, Australia, and yours close to the west coast, upper west coast of the United States. I'm guessing like Seattle, what you mentioned. So my scene here is completely different to yours, so I'm not even going to go there. But I'm assuming that based on what you said, and my scene is the same. It's in that sense. It's stagnated. It just seems like a lot of the music that's coming out sounds like a lot of the music that's already been out, and angry stuff. Like I remember when angry was cool. Did you remember when Pantera, came along? Vulgar Display of Power, and then what was the next album? I can't remember. With 5 Minutes Alone and I'm Broken. What was the name of that album? I can't remember. But great band, great album, and that was angry. But it was angry, like a good anger, because we had never really heard that level of anger from a band like that before. I think they just sort of burst on the scene. Cowboys from Hell and all that stuff. I like them a lot, and it's a shame what happened. But what can you do? But that stuff, like back then, early 90s, 91, Cowboys from Hell, 92, Vulgar Display, and 93. What is the name of that album? It's bothering me. That's going to bother the shit out of me now. I'm going to have to actually look that up, because I have it, but it's one of those things that I can't remember, and it's going to piss me off. So let me see here. Far Beyond Driven. Fuck, why couldn't I remember that? I don't know. Anyway, that was a fantastic album. And back then, there wasn't a million other bands playing that same style of music, so they really sounded cool. Nowadays, you get bands, that just, I don't know, just blends into each other. As you say, country music, bleh. A lot of the metal stuff that's out today, bleh. It's just shit. And I can live without it. And so if anybody watches this video as I post a response, if you have some ideas of something that I might like, I'll check it out. And I hope that it's cool, because I'm really almost depressed. I just don't have that joy of music anymore, and it's been a long time since I've heard something fresh and something new and went, wow, This is great. So we'll see what happens. You know, all else fails, I can always stick to, you know, as you can see right there. Yeah, that would be Iron Maiden. All else fails, I've always got them, right? Cool. Anyway, good video, and cheers.